Did we know that 10% of marriages fail in the first year? And 70% of relationships don't make it through the first year. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Takira, aka Kai, and I am back with another video. So today we are here to talk all about how to thrive in your first year of marriage. You guys may be thinking, well, how are you qualified to tell us? Well, I just made it through my first year of marriage in June, so I'm gonna give you 5 tips on what I think helped us to thrive in our first year. Not saying that there wasn't any disagreements, issues, or anything of that nature, because there was a lot to figure out, and we're still not perfect. But I definitely wanted to give these 5 tips for any young couples or anybody who's soon to be married or want to be married and want to have these tips for the future. So let's get into it. I have my handy dandy thoughts notebook. I wrote the tips down in here, so let's go ahead and get into this. Tip 1, block out all the outside noise. What I mean by block out all the outside noise is don't let anybody's opinion of your spouse affect how you think about them at all, especially when marrying young. Of course, you can take heed to people's thoughts, and especially if they're a married person, but your single friend and your homegirl and all them, we ain't doing that. I can give an example, like, I heard your husband was arrested before. Are you sure that that's somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with? Depending on what he was arrested for, maybe you should take heed. But if he already talks to you about it and you know what happened in the situation, listening to somebody say stuff like that can kind of get into your head after you already made a decision that, okay, despite his faults, I'm still gonna move forward with this. I love him. But now they got you thinking, like, did I make the wrong decision? And mind you, we're in our first year, so we're already married. So now you're thinking, like, did I make the wrong decision? When you know exactly who you married and exactly who he was. You know what I'm saying? We can't let outside opinions and little, kind of nice, nasty comments like that get in our head. So block out all the outside noise. That's 1. Tip 2, anticipate each other's needs. Like, what I wrote down here is, I always talk about this. When my husband comes home from work, kind of like when kids come home from school, they are hungry. Like, they're ready to eat. My husband be ready to eat. And for a while, he would get home and maybe I'll be in the middle of filming something or, busy. And he'll ask, like, can I get something to eat? Like, or can I make him something? He's not rude. But he'll ask, like, can you make me something to eat? I have that expectation in this household that I'm going to make him something to eat. Like, he's not allowed to. Whatever. He's capable of making himself something to eat. But he'll ask me, like, can I, get something to eat? And I'll kind of get attitude, like, I'm busy. Until I stopped and thought, well, maybe if you have something prepared before he even gets home, it'll take away him having to awkwardly ask. It'll also take away from the whole, I'm busy, because I'll schedule out time to get it done before he gets home so that when he gets home, it's already there prepared for him. So it's cutting out a lot of unnecessary drama. You know what I'm saying? Not that there was a lot of drama, because of course he could just make his own food, but I like to make his food, but then get mad when he asks me to, like, a mess. So yes, definitely, and try to anticipate each other's needs as much as you can and get stuff done for each other. It just lets them know that you're thinking about them. You're willing to go the extra mile for them. Tip number 3, figure out who does what. Now, for me and my husband, we follow pretty traditional gender roles, which may work for you, may not work for you. Some people like it, some people hate it. Hey, whatever, your house is your house. What I mean by that is I do the cooking, the cleaning, stuff like that. He goes to work, pays the bills, tends to the yard, stuff like that. So we have pretty traditional gender roles. We don't expect each other to go outside of, like, the specific. Like, I don't expect to walk in and see Cran doing dishes. Like, if I ask him to do the dishes, that's fine, he'll do them, but it's not something I'm expecting of him to do or anything like that. And I say figure out who does what so that y'all don't get irritated or overwhelmed with each other. Let's say that the dishes has been sitting in the sink for 3 days and you guys haven't had a conversation about whose responsibility it is, whether you cook and have hubby do the dishes after, or y'all rotate, alternate days, whatever the case may be. We need to have a discussion about who does what when, because otherwise the dishes are just going to sit in the sink and you guys are going to be looking at each other like, when are they going to do the dishes? Like, I'm not doing them, I did them last time, so they're going to sit there until he does them. And so definitely talk about who does what. I don't care if you got to write a chore chart, okay? Just know who does what. So that way, if them dishes still sitting in there, hey man, it was your night to do the dishes. What's going on? Would you like me to step in? Do you need, you know what I'm saying? Are you feeling overwhelmed? That way y'all can have a conversation and figure out why that isn't getting done. It definitely stops a lot of, you know, just pettiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, I'm not doing them because I did them last time. And so definitely have a conversation about who does what, who cooks when, who cleans this, who cleans that. That has definitely helped us. And like I said, for us, it was pretty easy because we follow traditional gender roles, but that's how we like it in our house. Tip number 4, show interest in your partner's hobbies. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is a game changer. Like, I'm so serious. I don't care if you don't like anime. I don't care if you don't feel like going to the gym. Or I don't care if he doesn't want to go watch the movie you like. Show interest in each other's hobbies because it's so important. Imagine your partner in life doesn't like anything that you like to do. How are you guys ever gonna have fun? Like, I get it, opposites attract, and that's cool, but y'all still gotta show interest in each other's hobbies. Like, I didn't start doing this until well into our first year and was wondering, like, geez, we don't spend a lot of time together. Like, when he gets free time, he wants to go in the room and play his game, or he wants to go in the room and watch anime, or he wants to go to the gym. So it's like, if I have no interest in those hobbies of his, am I just supposed to stop him from doing them so he can spend time with me 24/7? Or do I need to figure out a way that I incorporate myself so that we can have that extra time together? And same with my stuff. If I'm filming 24/7 and he never wants to be a part of the videos, how is that going to work? You know what I'm saying? So definitely figure out what their hobbies is, what takes up a lot of their time, and see if you can kind of, you know, get into it. The one thing I will say I cannot get into is the game. My husband plays the game. I cannot get into it, but I've gotten into anime. I could have sworn I'll never like anime, but I found me some girly, cute, romantic animes to watch, and he absolutely loves when I watch anime with him. Like, I see this smile on his face the whole time. He's laughing. He's just having a grand old time looking at my reaction and stuff like that. So if you're a girl and you're not into anime, but your man is, and you want like some suggestions on what animes to watch, I definitely got you, because I got 2 I can recommend right now that are really, really, really good. So just drop down in the comments if you want those recommendations so that you can kind of show your partner, look, I'm getting into it too. And then the gym. I did not want to go to the gym. I'm a couch potato. I'm lazy. I'll call myself all of that. I did not want to go to the gym. But guess what? I started going with my man and I freaking love the gym. I'm growing me a little dumpy dump back there. And I'm just loving the gym and everything it has to offer. Dive into some of their hobbies. I think you'll see quickly that, hey, I can get used to this. You know what I'm saying? And then it just makes them so much happier. And they're just so excited to share that part with you. But make sure it's being reciprocated to you as well. Tip number 5. This is a big one too. Talk it out. Talk it out. Girl, I'm talking to you. You like to run out, storm out the room, or you like to play the silent game. You're getting on my nerves. I ain't talking to you. You're getting on my nerves. I'm not telling you what's wrong. No. You're gonna suffer in this silence. I'm not telling you what, you done got on my nerve, and I'm not telling you what's wrong. Cut it out. Please, cut it out. Just stop. We have to talk about these things or they're never gonna get solved. And guess what? When you shut him out or you act like I'm just not talking, then what is it? Then what is that gonna cause him to do? Shut down, not want to talk to you, that's for sure, because you already have to do the extra work to get, you know, your man to feel comfortable to share his emotions and all this and all that good stuff. Playing that childish, because that's what it is, game of the silent treatment and all this stuff, absolutely not. Oh yeah, but what I found really, really helps us to resolve these conflicts is literally talking about it. Like, we will sit somewhere for 2-3 hours, whether it's in the car and we're driving in front of my parents' house, anywhere where we end up in a spat about something. We'll sit there for 2-3 hours and talk it out. Get down to the bottom of what happened, why this is happening, and how we're going to change. Now, that's a very important point. How we're going to change. We got to see change after these conversations, because if you're just talking for 2-3 hours, but you don't see no change, it was pointless. You just lost 2 or 3 hours of breath for nothing. Like, we got to talk these things out and make a change. You know what I'm saying? Like, So definitely, I didn't just want to use the C word, communication, and just leave it at that. I definitely wanted to, you know, talk to you and explain it, because it's definitely a big one, and a lot of people will just tell you like communication, and there's definitely more to it than that. But yeah, that was tip number 5. No, I am not a marriage counselor, which you've probably seen throughout this video. Probably thought, what is this girl talking about, a couple times? But I just made it through my first year, so I figured now would be the perfect time to kind of tell you guys what I feel helps you thrive in your first year of marriage. I definitely am not a counselor, don't have no special degree in love. I'm just, you know, trying to share the tips that I've learned. But like I said, of course, we've had spats, issues, a lot, you know what I'm saying, of things that we had to work through in our first years, because that's what the first year of marriage is. And we were together 5 years before we got married. But getting married, it makes you want to do better for your partner, and there's just a lot to figure out. So definitely take it one day at a time. Definitely take these tips into consideration if you're not already. I think that they will really help out. It's something that we learned in going into our second year. I feel like it's gonna be a bit more smooth now that I know these tips and are actually practicing them. So yeah, I just wanted to definitely share those with the girlies. If you have any tips that I left out or missed, or maybe that I could use, please feel free to drop them down in the comments. I love hearing from the older wives, you know, that been in it 20-30 years and can, you know, drop some knowledge on us. So definitely in the comments, drop down some tips that you may have for the girls, and let's all help each other out, honey. We want all of our marriages to thrive, honey. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. I'm thinking it's gonna be a Q&A if you guys want that, and my husband will join me. So I'm thinking we'll do a Q&A on Tuesday. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my socials. Connect with me. I'm here to chat. The easiest and fastest way you can talk to me is through Instagram DMs, except for they got this hidden bullcrap now. But yeah, I definitely check. We can connect on there. But yeah. Oh, before I forget, if you want some of these tips pretty much in a nutshell and hear a little how I do things just a little bit more, you can purchase my ebook. The link is in my bio and all my socials. $10. And it teaches you, well, tells you, because I'm not no teacher, it tells you 8 ways to put your man first. I've gotten plenty of sales on them and all positive reviews, so you could definitely check that out. I love you guys. See you in the next video.